Welcome to sailingmanuel radio. And excuse me if you can hear Diego in the background. I'm a little girl at the house. I have to take issue with. I really wanted to do a episode here on movies, but there was one guy on here. He kind of got my cockles up and got me kind of agitated. The sorry one has been doing videos where he's talking about poisoning some of his food supply in case somebody wants to come in there and take it, and so some of it's poisoned. Um, what I really take from this at the beginning was I think somebody was kind of messing with him, saying, "Oh, I'm just going to kill you and take your food." Uh, I've had people send, leave comments on some of my videos. "Oh, I'm just going to snipe you and take your stuff." That's kind of an immature, childish thing because how can you fight back to something like that? Because it's not in the real world. You can't say, "Nuh-uh, I do this and do that." Who knows what will happen, and in that kind of situation. So you can't really argue with them. You just need to. I usually just go, "LOL, okay." What I mean. There's nothing, no way you can argue with that. It's like saying, "What if Bruce Lee and somebody else got in a fight? And why have this big argument?" I mean, I've seen where comic book geeks or nerd or whatever, I don't know what term they want to go by, they had this huge argument on who would win a foot race, Superman versus the Flash. I mean, it got so bad they had to shut down that server. I mean, so everybody can get all heated and argue about something. There's no way to know until something happens. So I think he come back with, "Well, if you come steal my food, I've poisoned some of it," and try to guess which part. Well, I kind of took an umbrage to that because say one, it is very dangerous to have poisoned food that is not labeled in your house. Uh, you can be like say he's a single guy, but maybe someday he might date somebody, have a children. Well, the kids know his thing, but maybe a kid's friend will come over and grab some food. Then you have a dead child on your hands. Then you will go to jail. That is manslaughter or murder, second degree. It's very, very, very bad practice. Oh, the girl's talking. So it's very bad practice, and I don't know if it's wise to sit there and announce to people that you are poisoning the food supply. Because one, I've noticed you on another one, you talking another old video, you talking about when you couldn't pay your taxes or something, then you was going to sit on the front porch and just shoot government agents when they come to get you out. That is showing a pattern of mental illness, and you could find yourself locked up one day mentally, because that's, it's not right, okay? I can understand you saying, "Yeah, I want to poison." I mean, because we all, hypothetically, when somebody steals something out of our, at work, we say, "I'm just going to, put some diarrhea, I'm going to poison it." I mean, we all say that after that, but you don't need to be poisoning people. So, let's get back to the other thing. I don't know where I'm at. Alright, so yeah. Now a big thing is, okay, so you poison the food. I do not think it is a deterrent as you think. This has been happening from the beginning of time, that armies are retreated and people have poisoned their food. And so if you sit there in your last dying breath, you're giggling and talking about how you poisoned the food, well, an evil person will probably just pick up some kids and make them test it, or they'll sell it off to somebody else who doesn't know any better to get the food, to use the food, because a resource is a resource. If they're evil enough to go kick in the door and steal all your stuff, they have no problems in, transferring your stuff on. So then also you saying that shit hit the fan thing, you retreating, you poisoning your well, you poisoning your food supply, for oncoming invaders can get it. Well, what about the feral children, the children who's running around? They come across this big booty of food. They don't know it's poisoned. Nobody left a note and say, "Hey, this food's poison." They eat all that, and they have a very horrible death from cyanide poison. Okay, then you are I've noticed in your videos you say you're God-fearing man. I do not know how my God would feel that I have caused the needless deaths of children. I don't think I could square that, and I don't want to look in his eyes and square that with him. So, I do have a lot of food supplies myself. I and my family may die if something does happen. I kind of would hope that my food would go to somebody, who can stumble upon it and be maybe like a godsend. You know what I mean? Maybe God will send them to, my food, and maybe they can live. I don't want to say, well, when I go, fuck it, everybody's going. It's not wise. It's not very wise. And now, I think a lot of people has been getting back to him and saying kind of the argument that I've been saying. So now he's doing the argument that the government kills people, and by proxy that we kill people. It's our hands are bloody because, during wars and stuff that our government has killed people. So our hands are bloody. So basically, I guess since the government kills people, he can kill kids. That's that argument where you try to excuse bad behavior by pointing at worse behavior. According to his argument, no, I can be charged with nothing. I can't go rob a bank, and I said, well, the government robs this, that. You can't say, well, I can go out and kill somebody and say, well, hell, they killed 20 people. I only killed 1 people, and he's free. I mean, you cannot. That's not a good argument for a society, and it's just asinine and very childish, because it's kind of a kindergarten argument. I don't know. I do think mentally there's a problem there, and I don't know what to say about all that. I do not think poisoning people is a good practice, because it's like landmines. When these wars went back a long time ago, even the old French mines, there's still today landmines in France and everywhere else, a lot of places around the world, that if you step in the wrong spot, boom, that's your life, that's your leg. Wars end, but them landmines and everything stays around. So poison food it's like a landmine waiting to kill somebody. I think it's not a great act. You say it's a deterrent. Yeah, it's a deterrent for armies, but what happens when everything's gone and we've got all these landmines running around? We're all walking over. You're out on a picnic with your family and you blow your leg off. It's not a good act. So that's my thoughts on it, and be sure to comment and whatever, and I'll leave a link to his video on the bottom. It's not wise to poison, because I get more on his video. He's more of a taker than a giver, and I think I've commented before on that he basically like, if I can't have it, nobody can have it, which is not a very good. It's not a good way to live. You try to help others. When something happens in this world, I plan on helping others. I mean, to the best of my ability. Don't get me wrong, my family comes first, but what I have extra, I will give out and help out. I don't plan on just, locking up the doors and killing everybody who walks up to my door. No, that's not because society will hopefully rebuild again. And you don't want to you will be lynched. So, alright, my thoughts, and look 'em up.